basically, God showed me, I bought a ticket, and in a week I was on a plane from Washington State to North Carolina. I thought that, okay, it's time to come to church, to find a good church. And I was baptized in 1992 back in Russia, in Russian Orthodox Church. And I know that that was the day when I was born again, just looking back at my life. And so I never in my life reconsidered to be baptized. But when I saw that advertisement, that note on a website, I felt like a flash within me. And I just wanted it so badly. And came to Awake Church September 5th. That was the first day I walked to Awake Church, and that was my water baptism here. And I did, and I felt such an anointing that when I stood into the water, I did share my testimony, and it was like a flow. I did not prepare it ahead of time. And then I was water baptized, which was very exciting. So I started to walk, to walk along the stage and just try to find my way to the bathroom to get changed, open the door, walk through the door, and the door shut behind me. Try to open the door back to go back, and it wouldn't open because they were just opening one way. And eventually I came out to the yard, and I saw post office cars parked there, and a fence around it. Somebody came out, and I explained the situation, and then I was rescued to come out. And then when I shared this with my friends, they said to me that, well, that sounds like a prophetic experience. And we started to think what it could be. But then the very next day, I opened my Bible, and it was 1 Samuel chapter 23, verse 7, which says, when Saul was told that David had gone to Keilah, he said, God has delivered him into my hand, for he has trapped himself by entering a town with gates and bars. And that verse really spoke to me reminded me of the experience being kind of locked and trapped in the post office right after the baptism service. And I read that story about the whole chapter to see what the context is. And the context was that David was told by God to go to that city, to Keilah. And then over the last year, there were at least 2 situations when I felt stuck with my living conditions, where to live, where to stay, because I just moved here totally by faith, knowing one person very, very briefly for just 1 month online, and not knowing anybody in this city, in this area. And plus I'm a foreign citizen, I'm a Russian citizen, and so it's not immediately straightforward to find something to rent or something to live. And there were a couple of times when I felt stuck, that I even feared that I'm gonna end up on the street because I don't have anywhere to stay. But God resolved it each time, just right on time. And that's the message we can just carry with us, that whenever we make a step of faith when God calls us to do something, then the next thing which may happen, that the enemy may make you think that you're stuck, you're trapped somewhere in a situation. But no, just ask God, and He will guide you further, and He will provide.